Hello yoga friends, and welcome back to my channel. My name is Jessica and this is the 31-day yoga challenge where we do 20 minutes of yoga a day for 31 days. Today is day 31 and today's theme is to soar. Yesterday we unified and brought all of the elements we've been working on all month together, and today we take those and fly with them. We won't be needing any props for this practice. And as always, there is a playlist linked down below in case you'd like to listen to some tunes while you practice. So without further ado, let's get started here in Sukasana, easy pose. Coming to a comfortable seat, bringing palms down on the knees to find some grounding energy, or palms up to harness some energy from the universe. Let's flutter the eyes closed or take a soft gaze. And begin to find an even breath in and out through the nostrils, coming into the present moment. We'll begin our practice by setting an intention. Anything that comes to mind is wonderful. And if nothing comes to mind, you can always use this one. I acknowledge my own self-worth. My confidence is soaring. I acknowledge my own self-worth. My confidence is soaring. And whatever intention you chose for yourself today, begin to inhale that beautiful energy from that intention in through the nose, deep into the belly. And open the mouth, sigh. Exhale out anything extra you may have brought onto your mat today. Let's take that one more time. Inhaling through the nose, deep into the belly. And open the mouth, sigh. Exhale out anything extra. Returning to your even breath, knowing you can always come back to your intention throughout practice and perhaps throughout the rest of your day today. We can go ahead and flutter the eyes open here. And we're going to inhale those arms overhead. Exhale, hands to heart center. Inhale, arms overhead. And exhale down and around to heart center. Let's do that a few more times. Inhaling, arms overhead. Exhale, heart center. Inhale, arms overhead. And exhale, heart center. From here, we're going to inhale our arms to a T and exhale that right hand down on the mat, left arm overhead, opening through that left side body for 2 rounds of breath. And inhale back to center, arms to a T, and exhale left hand to the mat, right arm overhead, opening through that right side body for 2 rounds of breath. Inhale back up to center. Let's float our palms down onto our knees and find some seated cat-cows by inhaling, arching the back, looking up to the sky for cow pose. Exhale, chin to chest, rounding the spine for cat. We'll take that 2 more times, connecting breath to body, inhaling to cow, and exhaling to cat. And then on your next inhale, coming back to a seated position, we'll begin to find some circles with our torsos clockwise here, moving as quickly or as slowly as your body needs today. And let's reverse those circles the other way. And then coming back to that Sukasana easy pose, we'll find our way into a tabletop here, making sure knees are directly under hips, wrists directly under shoulders. Let's begin some hip circles, maybe adding in some head circles as well. We'll stay here for 2 more rounds of breath before reversing. And then reversing the other way. And then coming back to a neutral tabletop. Let's flex both feet, maybe walk the palms slightly forward and press the hips up and back, finding our first downward facing dog, maybe pedaling through the feet or generously bending the knees, making sure the feet are hip width distance or wider, shoulders down and back, neck nice and released. Eyes of the elbows pointed towards the front of the mat and all 10 fingers spread wide. We'll find some organic movement here, or maybe breathe in stillness for 3 more rounds of breath. And next, inhale, let's rise up to the balls of the feet. Step, hop, or flip forward. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, rise all the way up to the sky, arms overhead. And exhale, swan dive, forward fold. Planting the right palm in the center of the mat, bending through that right knee. Let's inhale that left arm overhead for a twist here. 1 more round of breath. And next, exhale that left palm to replace the right as we bend through the left knee and extend that right arm overhead for a twist on the opposite side. 2 rounds of breath here. And next, exhale, lower that right palm down onto the mat. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, plant the palms, step, hop, or float back. Flow as you so choose, and I'll meet you in downward facing dog. And we'll stay here for 3 more rounds of breath. And next, inhale, let's inhale that left leg up to the sky for 3-legged dog, and exhale that left heel towards the right glute, making sure the shoulders are nice and square to the front of the mat. Option to flip your dog here. Bringing your left foot to the ground on the right side of the mat, extending that left arm forward. Next, inhale, if you have flipped your dog, let's go ahead and extend back into 3-legged dog. And exhale that left foot to the front of the mat in between the palms, spinning that right heel down and inhaling arms overhead for warrior 1. Exhaling arms down by the sides, palms facing the back of the mat, or maybe you clasp your hands at the lower back, extending the elbows. And then exhale into humble warrior, folding just on the inside of the left thigh with a flat back. We'll stay here for 2 rounds of breath. Next, inhale. Let's inhale, come back into warrior 1, arms overhead. Exhaling here. And then inhale, picking that right leg up and coming into warrior 3, arms overhead. Or maybe you extend your arms out to a T, almost like you're flying here, making sure that right knee and those toes are pointed towards the mat. We'll stay here for 1 more round of breath. And next, inhale, let's pendulum that right leg all the way through into 1-leg Tadasana, arms overhead. And exhale that right foot down to the mat. From here, next, exhale, we're going to sit down into Ukatasana, chair pose, feet together or hip width distance, making sure shoulders are directly above the knees and you can see all 10 toes. Shifting the weight onto the left leg, crossing the right, setting up for eagle. We're going to extend the arms out to a T, and then exhale, cross right over left, giving yourself a nice big hug. We're coming into eagle arms. Staying here for 2 more rounds of breath in eagle pose. Next, inhale, let's unwrap everything, coming back into 1-leg Tadasana. Exhale that right foot once again down to the mat.
From here, we're gonna move into diver pose. We're gonna have 2 chances for diver. So let's bring hands to heart center. Next, inhale, lift those heels off the mat, coming onto the balls of the feet. Next, exhale, hinge at the hips, bringing the torso towards the earth here. And then extend the arms back by the sides of the body, coming into diver. Staying here for 2 more rounds of breath. Next, inhale. Let's go ahead and stand back up, bringing hands to heart center. And then exhale those heels down onto the mat. Beautiful work. Next, inhale. Let's bring those arms overhead. And exhale, swan dive, forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, plant the palms, step, hop, or float back. Flow as you so choose. And I'll meet you in downward facing dog. Staying here for 3 more rounds of breath. And next, inhale, let's inhale that right leg up to the sky. And exhale, right heel towards the left glute. Option to flip that dog. Extending that right arm towards the front of the mat. Next, inhale, let's move back into 3-legged dog. And exhale that right foot between the palms at the front of the mat, spinning that left heel down. Inhaling arms overhead for warrior 1. Exhale, arms down by the sides, palms facing the back of the mat. Option to stay here, or maybe you take that bind with the hands. Next, exhale, lower into humble warrior. 2 rounds of breath here. Next, inhale, coming back up into warrior 1, staying for the exhale. And then inhale, lift that left leg off the mat, moving into warrior 3. Option for airplane arms here. 2 more rounds of breath, rooting through all 4 corners of that right foot. And then next, inhale, pendulum that left leg all the way through into 1-leg Ukatasana. And exhale that left foot down to the mat. Inhaling here, and then exhale, sit down into Ukatasana, chair pose. Shifting the weight onto the right leg this time, crossing that left leg over the right, maybe wrapping the top of that left foot behind that right calf. And then bringing arms out to a T. Exhale, give yourself a big hug, left over right. Option to move to eagle arms. 2 more rounds of breath here. Making sure your shoulders are down, elbows away from the chest. And on your next inhale, unwrapping all the way up into a 1-leg Ukatasana. Exhale, left foot down to the mat. Beautiful work. From here, we're going to do 1 more diver pose, bringing hands to heart center. Next, inhale, lift those heels off the mat. Exhale, hinge at the hips, and then extend those arms out by the sides, palms facing the sky for diver. We'll stay here for 3 rounds of breath. Next, inhale, bringing hands into heart center and standing back up. And then exhale, those heels to the mat. Really beautiful work. Inhaling, arms overhead. And exhale, swan dive, forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, plant the palms and step back into a tabletop position, finding your way onto your bum for seated staff. Extending the legs out in front of you, flexing through both feet. We're going to place the hands on the mat behind the hips here, and we're going to do reverse plank. So making sure that the wrists are underneath the shoulders. Next, inhale, we're going to press up into reverse plank. So lifting our bum off the mat. Staying here for 2 rounds of breath. And next, exhale, lower back down onto the earth. And inhale, press back up one more time. Staying here for 2 rounds of breath. And next, exhale, lower back down onto the earth, flexing through the feet. Let's sit up nice and tall, inhaling arms overhead, and exhale, fold over. Maybe bringing those palms onto the shins or around the balls of the feet. We'll stay here for 3 rounds of breath. Next inhale, we're going to extend those fingertips towards the front of the mat, and exhale, roll down onto the back. Inhaling both knees into the chest, allowing the arms to come out into a T, and exhale those legs over to the right for a supine twist, making sure that left shoulder is on the earth, and option to gaze over the left fingertips. Staying here for 2 rounds of breath. Inhaling legs back into the center, and exhale those legs over to the left for a supine twist on the opposite side, making sure that right shoulder remains in contact with the earth, and option to gaze over the fingertips. 2 rounds of breath here. Inhaling knees back into the chest. An option to stay here, or maybe grab the outer edges of the feet, moving into happy baby. Finding some rocking motion from side to side. Breathing in stillness here. We'll stay here for 3 more rounds of breath. And then on your next few rounds of breath, releasing into your Shavasana for the day. Extending the legs long, bringing arms by the sides, or maybe hands resting on the belly and or heart. Fluttering the eyes closed if they're not there already. Adjusting any clothing or hair that might be distracting. Scanning the body for any tension to exhale. And allow yourself to stop being a human doing and just be a human being. I'll let you know when it's time to come out of your Shavasana, but for now, simply rest. And you're welcome to stay in your Shavasana for as long as you'd like. But if you'd like to close out class with me, begin to bring awareness back to your breath, introducing some movement into the body, maybe by wiggling your fingers and toes, rolling through your wrists and ankles, maybe reaching your arms overhead, taking a nice good morning stretch, or finding any organic movement to wake the body back up. And then gently rolling onto one side for a fetal position, using your bottom arm as a pillow, bending the knees, and taking one round of breath here. On your next inhale, gently pressing your way up into Sukasana, easy pose, maybe keeping your eyes closed or in a soft gaze, bringing hands to heart center. I want to thank you for joining me today. And though this is the last day of the 31-day challenge, this entire challenge will be on my YouTube channel. So if you'd like to revisit one practice or all 31, feel free to do so. And I will be continuing to upload some exciting new things on my YouTube channel at least once a week. So with that, we'll close our class with the sound of Om. Inhaling through the nose deep into the belly. And bringing thumbs to third eye. May the light and love in me recognize and honor the light and love in you. Namaste.